Keeps control for Thompson. Pass receiving's wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out, up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Tuesday evening from Lisbon. This is Division A girls basketball, where today the number one rated team in Division A in the Thompson Tommies squares off with the Lisbon Broncos here inside the Armory today in Lisbon. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our Irie Insurance pregame show. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today for all of your insurance requests. For the Thompson Tommies, 9-0 on this season. A busy week for both the Broncos and the Tommies still to come. Thompson with a 67-44 win against the Kindred Vikings back on Saturday. They will make their way to Central Cass on Thursday. We'll have that game for you here on your live event. Also hosting the Wahpeton Huskies and then traveling to Badger Greenbush Middle River. So after tonight, they will make their way to Central Cass on Thursday, host Wahpeton on Saturday, and a makeup game from earlier in the season with that blizzard coming in that second weekend of December, then traveling for a non-region game on Monday to Badger Greenbush Middle River. For the Lisbon Broncos, it's just as busy. They played against the Hazen Bison back on Saturday and lost 45-32 with games still to come here for Lisbon on Thursday against the Kindred Vikings here on your live event, and on Saturday against the Ellendale Cardinals, and then they'll make their way to Central Cass on Monday as well. So the next three games for the Lisbon Broncos here on yourliveevent.com. Well, for the Thompson Tommies, their next two games will be here on your live event. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll let you know some other games going on across the way here this evening. Dive into the Region 1, Region 2 standings, hear from both head coaches, that and more ahead of our starting lineups and the opening tip. It's Division A girls basketball today here from Lisbon on yourliveevent.com.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
My coworkers here at Degelman are super supportive. We all get along. Makes for a really easy work day, easy work week.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
Our culture at Degelman is really second to none. It's truly a family atmosphere.
It feels really great to be a part of a team that is building some of the toughest equipment in the farm industry.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
As we come back here on yourliveevent.com, let's take a look at the latest standings here in both Region 1 and Region 2 girls basketball. In Region 1, 7 teams make it up in Division A here this season. The Valley City Highlanders a perfect 5-0, the only team unbeaten in Region 1 play, followed by Northern Cass at 3-1, Wahpeton at 3-2. Then you have the Kindred Vikings at 4th at 2-2, followed by Central Cass at 2-3, Oak Grove at 1-3, and Lisbon at 0-5. For Region 2, the Thompson Tommies at number 1 here. And then they're 4-0 in Region 2 standings. Devils Lake at 2-1 here on the season, followed by the Carrington Cardinals at 2-2. Grafton is 1-2 in Region 2 play. 4 wins Milwaukee and 1-3. And Hillsborough Central Valley stands at 0-2 here in the region. Some other games going on. Region 1, you have Oak Grove at Kindred. That game currently in action right now here on yourliveevent.com. Josh O'Maris and Nick Eggman with you on the call on that one here on yourliveevent.com. That is a basketball doubleheader with the boys to follow suit. But last check, Kindred all over Oak Grove going to the half, 43-15 in girls basketball. In Region 2, Four Winds Minnewacan makes its way to Carrington for a Region 2 contest. And then Grafton at Mayport CG, also a game of note. A very busy evening here for high school basketball up and down the Red River Valley. And also just going on about 100 feet or so from us in the main gym here in Lisbon is their quad going up with girls and boys wrestling. So that's all here on yourliveevent.com. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from both head coaches, Jason Brent of the Thompson Tommies and the Lisbon Broncos, Barb Sweet as well. Lisbon averaging 42 points per game while defensively giving up 49. They're 3-7 on the season. For the Thompson Tommies, they're averaging 62 points per game while defensively giving up 43. Thompson is 9-0 on the year. We'll get to our coaches' conversation after this here on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance, Lance Gullison Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let the staff at Lance Gullison Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon or email lance.gullison@fumic.com.
Improving finances and a desire to save more are consistently near the top of the list when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Well, maybe this is your sign to go from thinking about saving money to actually saving money and improving your finances with a CD special at First State Bank. A 9-month CD with a 5.07 interest rate, minimum $10,000. Visit their locations in Buxton, Grand Forks, Mayville, Portland, and Thompson to learn more. First State Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
The Goose River Golf Club in Hillsboro wants to thank all of its members and everyone who played the course during this golf season. We appreciate all the local and area golfers who played our 9-hole course and look forward to seeing you again in the spring. Goose River Golf Club is just a short drive from Fargo and Grand Forks. Call 218-779-2658 for more information or visit our website, gooserivergolfclub.com.
As we continue on our iRe Insurance pregame show here today from Lisbon, it's the Broncos going up against the Thompson Tommies. Joining us now from the Lisbon Broncos, that's their head coach, Barb Sweet. And Barb, good to see you again. And number two, I'm crazy to think that we're at the midway point of the season so far. So I've been asking a lot of coaches a trait or characteristic that you've seen from your club, whether it's in practice or in games, that you want to see, materialize maybe a little bit more, or a different part of the game that you want to see from your team just continue to exceed at going in the second half of the season. What would it kind of be for your squad here this season here, Barb?
Well, we practice really well, and we have a lot of confidence in practice, and I think if we could just play confidently for 4 quarters, I think we would be a pretty darn good basketball team. We've shown lots of promise in lots of games. We just need to put 4 full quarters together.
Going up against Thompson, look at the box scores, and obviously you see them on film, kind of as advertised as a team that brought a lot of players back from last year's state tournament teams. What kind of stands out to you from a coaching standpoint going up against Tommies here, Barb?
They're just a very disciplined ball club. They don't turn the ball over. They do things right defensively. They don't get into foul trouble. They're just very disciplined, very good ball team.
For you in particular here, I know there's a bunch of seniors that have a ton of minutes on the court. Is this the time of the year where you kind of every year, work through the bench a little bit? Is this where you got 7 or 8 players? How is this year's version of the Lisbon Broncos, maybe the other years, Barb, where you try to extend the bench, or is this a team that you're, minimizing the bench a little bit, and here's a 7 that you're kind of rolling with on a particular night?
Well, we have about 8 players that we play on any given night, and it just kind of depends on who's playing. You know, if we want to go speed and little, then we go to our bench a little more, and if we want to go bigger and older, then we stay with our 5 seniors. But they all have great minutes here and there.
Final thing for you, Barb, what's one thing you want to see from your team here this evening against the Tommies?
I just tell them, they are the number 1 team in the state, but don't back down. Don't back down to anybody, and play as hard as you can. If you play as hard as you can, then come what may.
Barb, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here tonight and throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And again, Barb Sweet, head coach for the Lisbon Broncos, will continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this from Lisbon.
Not everyone can get Secret Service level protection, but with Irie Insurance you can. You see, we've got your back, protecting homes, vehicles, businesses, crops, and so much more. Ensuring you've got the protection you need and all your questions answered faster than you can say classified information. Get protected. Get Irie Insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com for a free quote and consultation.
At Ironhide, we like to have our sales guys cater to the owners of the businesses or the customers that they're trying to help out to actually find a solution to their problem. We understand that customers have a job to do, and we strive to keep that job going without interruption.
We've invested so heavily in this facility, but bigger than that, in the people.
I think it's fair to say you pay more now than ever before to operate your vehicles. We've got some relief. I'm Chris Moen with Nodak Insurance. Our auto customers are driving safer with fewer accidents, and for many that translates into lower premiums. If you're not seeing lower rates with your insurance company, call me to compare. You might save some money, and you will get better service. Call me today at 757-1613, or stop by one of my locations at 1913 South Washington in Grand Forks or 207 Main Street in Dakota.
On our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Lisbon in the Armory, it is the Thompson Tommies going up against the Broncos of Lisbon here for Division A girls basketball. Joining us now, Jason Brent, head coach for the Thompson Tommies. And Jason's kind of crazy to think, talking with coaches, you're kind of at the midway point of the season here. This is game number 10 for you guys so far on this season. What do you like most about your squad? Obviously, record-wise, you love that, but what do you like most about your squad that maybe fans don't get to see in practice or on the bus trips or, anything else in between here, Jason?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. And you mentioned the midway point. Coach Morhart and I were just talking about this morning, or was it last night, about how it's crazy we're at that point already. And, obviously time flies when you're having fun. But, there's a lot of things. I think coming into the year, we preach every year as far as playing defense and rebounding. But we had a few concerns coming in on the offensive side. We knew we could score, but we didn't know that we'd have legit basketball players that would actually share. Put it this way, we weren't sure if we had enough basketballs to go around. And I think so far this year, the kids have done such a fantastic job of getting great movement on the offensive side and sharing the ball. They're passing up good shots, looking for great shots, and, they're just happy when we score. It doesn't matter who's putting the ball in the hole for us right now. That's really been probably one of the strongest things, at least in my opinion.
As you take a look at your team, I know a lot of people came back and looked at your roster and said there's a lot there that was part of that state tournament team from a season ago. But Cindy Schwabe as a senior guard, just kind of what has she provided to this year's 2023-24 Thompson Tommy squad?
Yeah, that's a great person right there, because Sydney, a year ago, we really thought took a step back to allow our freshmen last year to step into some roles that they kind of have evolved into, and this year she stepped back in the spotlight, and she's really been our leader. She's probably our most consistent player. She does so many things well for us. She controls the ball in her offense. She just sets the tone, and we couldn't be happier with the way she's developed as a player. We had her as a freshman, and we'd get on her a little bit because she'd attack the lane and have nowhere to go, no plan, and just kind of throw it out. And just to see the evolution of her game has been fantastic, and there's no doubt about it in my mind that she's just right now one of our best players.
Final thing for you, Jason, as you kind of get to this point of the season, I've been asking coaches, what's a trait or characteristic that you want to see continue before you get to postseason time? So as we're at the midway point, what do you want to see from the first half going in now to the second half of the season from your squad on the court?
Well, this is the time of year when we start seeing teams really improve. early in the year, they're just kind of working through things. Now we see the improvement, and late in the year, you get to be a little bit of the grind. So I would say just keep that hard work going. Keep going at it. Understand that, you can't be complacent because, in fact, we talk to our kids about that. If you start looking over your shoulder, somebody's going to catch you and pass you up. So we want to make sure that we keep our foot on the floor or on the pedal and, just keep doing the things we got to do. Don't be happy with where we're at. We've talked a little bit as well about not being happy with where we're at and continuing to want to get to where we want to be.
Jason, good to see you again. Best of luck here tonight moving forward throughout the season.
Hey, thanks, Chase. Appreciate it.
And again, Jason Brent, head coach of the Thompson Tommies, will continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Final segment on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Some other games going on across the way here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. The Thompson boys basketball team making their way to Central Cass to go up against the Squirrels. James Martin says the call for you on that one. Oak Grove Kindred again in a basketball doubleheader. Oak Grove losing to Kindred at the half nearly by 30 points in the girls game. Later tonight, Red River makes their way to West Fargo for boys basketball as well. And currently in action on the other side of the gym, it is a Lisbon boys and girls wrestling quad. The girls are all set and done. The boys going at each other right now with Lisbon, Kindred, Northern Cass, and Napoleon Gackle Streeter. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by our friends at Irie Insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote start today. They got all of your insurance requests that you need. For the Thompson Tommies, after today, they will make their way to Central Cass on Thursday. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they will host the Kindred Vikings for a Region 1 contest upcoming on Thursday night. Both teams very busy throughout the week. When we come back after this, it's the starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company and the opening tip. It's the 3-7 Lisbon Broncos going up against the number 1 overall team in the state in Division A girls basketball in the Thompson Tommies, who sit with a mark of 9-0. We're back after this with the opening tip and the starting lineups here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
As we get ready for this contest between Thompson, they will go like this in a moment, going up against the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon coming off 3 straight losses. Their wins over Richland, Enderlin, and Lemoore Litchell-Marion here this season. While for the Tommies, they are 9-0. Let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with American Crystal. They'll roll like this. Cindy Schwabe, a 5'4" senior guard. Jordan Tozer, a 5'8" junior forward. Addison Sage, a 5'5" sophomore. From there, Kaya Hurst, a 5'6" sophomore guard, and Brenna Martin, a 6' senior forward. Schwabe, Tozer, Sage, Hurst, and Martin. Jason Bren, the head coach here for the Thompson Tommies out of Division A Region 2 here this season in girls basketball with a mark of 9 wins and 0 losses. Now we turn our attention to Lisbon Broncos. They'll go like this. All seniors, a 5'8" guard, that is Ella Tui. Kyra Heckrell, a 5'10" forward. Kaya Sweet, the daughter of head coach Barb Sweet, the 5'5" guard. Kendra Differding, the 5'8" forward. And Emerson Schultz, a 5'9" forward as well. Tui, Heckrell, Sweet, Differding, and Schultz. Lisbon head coach by Barb Sweet with a mark of 3 wins and 7 losses. That does it for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Lisbon out in their white uniforms here this evening, while for the Thompson Tommies out in their black uniforms. 4 8-minute quarters with a 35-second shot clock on our Bank North scoreboard as we get this one ready to tip underway here today from Lisbon. For Thompson, they'll put up Brenna Martin in the center circle. Going up against her will be Kyra Heckrell here for the Lisbon Broncos inside the Armory. Lisbon going right to left to start things off, while for the Thompson Tommies, they'll be going left to right. As the opening tip is right on schedule here on a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, and we're underway for this Division A girls basketball game between the Broncos and the Tommies. For Thompson coming up, man pressure defense, sweet bounce pass right-hand side in the hands of Differding. Differding gives it back up top to Emerson Schultz around the horn, back to Sweet. Sweet at the left wing, shot clock to 20. Coming up is Tui at the top of the key as they swing it right-hand side. Trying to cut open is Sweet. With it now as a dribble handoff to Heckrell. Heckrell with the shot clock making its way to single digits. Kyra crossing over left to right. Has it at the high post. Looking for a teammate here. Bounce pass to Sweet with 2. Sweet trying to get the shot off. Does, and that'll be a shot clock violation here on the Lisbon Broncos. Good aggressive defense by Thompson, keeping them out of the paint early on here. And Lisbon will pick up with a full court pressure defense. Thompson, we'll see this here with in the back to Kaya Hurst. Hurst sees everybody kind of come across as she brings into the front court. Left-hand side, Tozer, left pocket 3 on the front iron. Rebound here to Kyra Heckrell. Heckrell, the 5'10" senior, heading to the University of Jamestown to play collegiate volleyball upcoming in the fall. University of Jamestown making their way to Division II in 2 years after joining the North Star next season. Heckrell, right-hand side with the pass to Differding. Kendra taking a dribble. Crow hops to the baseline and will have a traveling violation before the shot here on Kendra. As Thompson trying to cut open there, Schwabe in the backcourt to Sage. Back to Hurst. Hurst crossing over. There's a steal. Nice looking move here for the Broncos. Heckrell unable to finish, but makes it for 2. Kyra Heckrell misses the first, regains the second, and the Lisbon Broncos draw first blood on our Bank North scoreboard. Sydney Schwabe in the front court, left-hand side open. Addison Sage for the lead. That'll be long. Rebound comes down to Lisbon here with Kendra Differding. As now for the Lisbon Broncos, they will bring it into the front court. So Lisbon trying to add on to an early 2-0 lead thanks to some points from Heckrell with the steal. As Lisbon continues to cut on through. Backdoor on the find to Heckrell underneath. Oh, what a find by Kendra Differding to Heckrell, who's got 4. And the ball gets tapped out of play, and it will be Lisbon basketball. Lisbon out in front early here with 6:06 left to play in the first quarter. Thompson with Addison Sage. Skips it, and this will be a turnover. Second turnover here for the Thompson Tommies. Getting the steal is going to be Kaya Sweet. Sweet bounce pass, left-hand side. Emerson Schultz on the left wing. Schultz takes the ball screen here. Lost the dribble for a moment. Back to Tui, and Tui will see this one ripped away by Tozer. Tozer in transition, looking for Hurst, who tries to tip it to a teammate as Kyra barrel rolls into the baseline here. As this will be a timeout on the floor. We'll break with them for head coach Jason Bren. 5:42 left to play in the opening quarter. Lisbon 4, Thompson scoreless here on yourliveevent.com.
As we jump into tax season, let's approach it with the same enthusiasm as your favorite sports teams. Olson Accounting dribbles through piles of paperwork and pins down deductions like a pro. They aim to come out on top and stick a refund. Tax season is about strategy and teamwork. Olson Accounting trains to be the best in class. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Inside the Armory here in Lisbon, the second year with this new court that they have. The crowd is right on top of you, 4 rows on either side, and it's been a 4-0 lead here for the Lisbon Broncos. Timeout for head coach Jason Brendan Thompson. That's going to be their first. Lisbon, 4 points all by Kyra Heckrell here. Swing it right-hand side to Tui. Back up top now to Differding. Differding gives it to Schultz. Emerson looks to spin. Brenna Martin trying to get the steal, and eventually not the worst foul in the world as Thompson had a 2-0 run going the other way. This foul will be on Kaya Sweet, her first, and the team's first of the quarter. For Thompson, they will see this one now as Cindy Schwabe leaves it right wing in the hands of Addison Sage, working it around the horn to Tozer. Inside to Brenna Martin, ball back up top now to Sydney. Sydney taking a dribble, able to spin. Sydney to the rim, right-handed layup, no good. Rebound to Kyra Heckrell, but a good look for Thompson regardless. For the Lisbon Broncos, settling into this one nicely again, averaging 42 defensively, giving up 49, a stingy defense for both teams who are not allowing more than 50 points, and 49 for Lisbon and 43 for Thompson. Here's a three-pointer that banks in for Emerson Schultz. The senior gives the Lisbon Broncos a 7-0 lead to start this contest. Thompson with Addison Sage here in the front court. Right-hand side, Tozer. Tozer taking 2 hard dribbles right to the paint off the window for 2. Make that Kaya Hurst, Hurst with her first 2 points of the contest. But Lisbon out to a 7-0 run to start, and they're still up by 2 possessions. Left-hand side to Sweet. Backdoor on the pass to Heckrell. Heckrell extra fine on the right baseline, and eventually stolen away by Tozer here, and then we'll have a foul in the backcourt. Foul will be on Heckrell, her first, team's first of the quarter, as Lisbon will make a substitution as Taryn Gilbert will check in for Ella Tui. So far for the Broncos, 4 points for Heckrell, 3 points for Schultz. Thompson with the 2 just moments ago by Kaya Hurst. So for Thompson, Addison Sage here leaves it left-hand side to Hurst. Hurst taking a couple of dribbles, lost it for a moment. Good jumping defense there by Heckrell. She gets in the pass lane, but Thompson comes back with a full-court pressure trap, and they will get the ball right back here. 5 turnovers so far for the Broncos, 4 here for Thompson in the opening 4 minutes of play. As Hurst will inbound the basketball. Tozer, handoff to Hurst. Hurst inside the paint, 7-footer off the front iron, and a backside rebound from Emerson Schultz, her first. Lisbon will see this one here with the point guard and Kaya. Kaya crossing the timeline with a second to spare. Bounce pass right-hand side as Brenna Martin got her hand on top of the basketball for a jump with Emerson Schultz, and the possession arrow is going to make its way towards the Thompson Tommies. Coming in will be Avdam here, the 5'9 junior. Jalen will check into the game also for the Thompson Tommies. Claire Calling, the 5'7 sophomore guard, as Hurst will see this one to the right wing. With it on their little flex cut there is Schwabe. Schwabe at the right wing inside. Martin spins inside the paint off the window. No. Martin and Heckrell battling for it, and another jump ball on the arrow is going to make its way this time to the Lisbon Broncos. So you've seen a couple post touches so far here for Thompson with Brennan Martin. That time she was able to spin inside the paint. Good-looking shot, just couldn't finish. And for the Lisbon Broncos right now, can they try to expand on their 5-point lead? Sweet into the paint here. Heckrell comes up with it and scores for 2. Kyra Heckrell with 6 points and 3 rebounds so far here for Lisbon as the Broncos match their largest lead of the game. Calling, drive, Hurst, top of the key. She'll shoot it off the front iron, and a board here to Kyra, her 4th. And for the Lisbon Broncos right now, this is definitely much their style and pace of basketball, with Sweet taking the ball screen, and coming out on that hedge is going to be Hurst. Kyra will pick up the foul, her first. That'll be the team's first of the quarter here for the Thompson Tommies. And right now for Thompson, looking for a little bit of maybe defense into offense. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, you get a 3 here, you'd have your first double-digit lead of the game. Hurst driving kick, left-hand side. Broncos with it there, and Taryn Gilbert now to Heckrell. Heckrell looking for it on the interior, on the little move. Gives it back up top to Sweet. Sweet, this with a deep three-pointer. Going to be short, and a ball will go out of play. Tozer and Sage will check back in for Thompson here. Thompson, their season low back in their opener against Botno in mine at 53 points. This is a team that averages 62. Trying to find their footing here in this first quarter. Man pressure defense continues by Lisbon. Tozer back up top in the hands of Colleen. Reverse it right-hand side. Here's a high-arching 3, rattling in. Addison Sage with the triple. That's going to be her first of the contest. And for Thompson, they're back within 2 possessions. So Addison with the 3, right-hand side for Lisbon. Here goes Sweet. Kaya looking for a ball screen, takes it high post now to Heckrell. Heckrell more at the wing. Able to give it back between the circles here for the Broncos as we reach the 2-minute mark. Heckrell spins, lost it, almost a turnover with Cindy Schwabe, and they will say it will be off the Lisbon Broncos. Cindy right place there on the help to try to get the ball going the other side, and now Thompson, a bucket would make it a 1-possession game. Sage right-hand side to Colleen here, back to top as they reverse it around the horn to Ovdom. Back up top to Tozer, shot fake, makes a hard dribble down the paint off the window. That one rattles out in a board coming here to Kaya Sweet. Thompson's had some good looks so far, 5 feet from the rim, just unable to finish early on here in this first quarter. As we'll have a timeout here for the Lisbon Broncos. 1:32 left to play in the opening quarter. Lisbon whipped the ball when we return. Timeout on the floor.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
92 seconds left to play on our Bank North scoreboard in this first quarter. Play at Bank North. They take community to heart. You can go to ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, to find a branch or location near you, including their branch here in Lisbon. So for the Broncos, after the timeout from head coach Barb Sweet, they'll have 4 remaining. Sweet with the basketball at the top of the key here for Kaya. Leaves it right-hand side now to Kendra Differding. Takes a pass to Emerson. Schultz hands off now to Heckrell. Heckrell takes a extra dribble to left-hand side. Broncos with it with 5 seconds on the shot clock with 4, and this one will go out of play and towards the Thompson Tommies. Hurst will check back in now for Thompson, as coming out will be Cindy Schwabe here with 70 seconds left in the quarter. And Ella Tui will slated to come back in here for Lisbon as well. As Kaya Sweet will check out now for the Broncos. The Thompson Tommies coming off a 24-3 season from a season ago, making it all the way to the Class B state championship before falling to the Central Camp Squirrels in overtime. Tozer goes right-hand side jumper on the way for Thompson, tickles a twine as Ovdom hits her first 2 points of the contest. Give Tozer the assist, and for Thompson, they're back within a possession. Right wing, that'll go Differding. Differding looking to spin, uses up that dribble. Hurst almost got a hand on the basketball. Now to Heckrell back up top. Kyra slowing it up left-hand side to Tui. Tui at the left wing, free throw line extended, looking for a teammate, takes the ball screen, opens up for a moment. Tui trying to get a shot off. Bounce pass right-hand side to Gilbert. Gilbert in the paint, left-handed runner off the backboard, and coming up with the rebound is Kaya Hurst. Hurst wants to push in transition. Left-hand side, Addison Sage. Back to Hurst. This for the lead. 3 off the front iron. Rebound, though, in the hands of Ovdom. Back to left wing, shooting it here for Thompson. That's going to be long for Addison Sage. Ball tapped out, though, in the hands of Colleen. Colleen driving kick. Sage with another crack at it. Third time the charm, yes, sir. Addison Sage with her second three-pointer of the game, and that's how we'll end our first quarter of play. After 8 minutes in Lisbon, it's Thompson 10, Lisbon 9 here in high school girls basketball.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Join us at the Avalon Event Center in Fargo, North Dakota, January 17th for Winter Conference 2024. You'll hear from precision planting engineers and staff on new technologies, inputs, and practices. This year will also include a question and answer session with local growers sharing their experiences. Winter Conference 2024, January 17th at the Avalon Center in Fargo, North Dakota. To register, visit planterdoc.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
In Kindred, the Vikings lead the Grovers 60-29 with 4 minutes left to play in Division A girls basketball. As Kindred looking to improve to now make it 3-2 in Region 1 play. Here in Lisbon, 10-9, Thompson with their first lead of the game, but Heckrell gets a steal. We'll see if the Broncos can take the lead right back. Lisbon led by the 6 points and 4 rebounds of Heckrell, while for Thompson led by the 2 threes of Addison Sage. Right-hand side, Emerson Schultz with the basketball. Schultz spinning, looking backdoor for Gilbert. Schultz kick, left-hand side, Sweet. Sweet with a couple of dribbles inside off the window. Can't get it to go on a board. Coming down to Hurst. Hurst uses up the dribble to Tozer, left-hand side now to Schwabe. Schwabe, a little hesitation dribble now to Tozer. Tozer will handle it here between the circles. Left-hand side is Sidney. Schwabe on the interior to Martin up top. Hurst, high-arching rainbow three. Rattling out rebound, though, for Schwabe. Schwabe lost it on the way up and eventually will have a jump ball, and the possession arrow will make its way towards Lisbon. Good board underneath by Sidney Schwabe there, the 5'4" senior. To get a second crack at it, just lost it back on the way up. Here's Thompson with a full court pressure defense. Tozer here will hit the deck, gets the steal. Wraparound pass to Sage, now to Schwabe. Schwabe at the left wing, free throw unextended. Up top now to Addison. Addison driving kick, left pocket three coming and rattle it in. Sidney Schwabe with the third three-pointer here for the Tommies in this opening half. It's their largest lead at 4. This is tipped as Riot Wortman, the 5'5" sophomore, getting her first run here for the Lisbon Broncos in this second quarter. Shooting the three on the other side will be off the iron by Emerson, and a board here to Thompson. That's Sidney, her second. Hurst in the front court, right-hand side. Sage on the baseline. Makes her way to the wing, now to Schwabe. Schwabe between the legs. Now to Hurst. Hurst with the drive. Hurst going to the tin, off the window for 2. Kaya Hurst with 4 points, 2 rebounds as the Tommies lead it by 6. Well, it was a 9-5 game with 1:32 left to play in the first quarter. Has now been a 10-0 run here for the Thompson Tommies over the last 3.5 minutes of play, as there's a turnover here for Lisbon. Checking back into the game will be Kendra Differty. So Tommies out in front as they're starting to find their rhythm a little bit here in this second quarter. High post, Martin now goes to Sage. Addison left-hand side to Tozer. Tozer at the left wing looking for a teammate, finds Hurst on the baseline. Hurst going to drive, gets walled off there. Back to left of the wing to Sage. Up top to Tozer, around the horn, Schwabe. Schwabe with 15 seconds. Hurst, top of the key, three-pointer. Schwabe with the offensive rebound, block shot, and Heckrell will come up with it, and eventually will have a foul. Foul will be assessed here on Thompson. This will be on Sidney Schwabe, her first, team's first. Just 4 fouls combined between these two clubs in the opening half. It was the Broncos trying to get off the number 9 Schneid right now as Heckrell brings in the front court, up top to Sweet. Sweet between the circles for the Lisbon Broncos. Takes the ball screen from Heckrell, looking backdoor on the find just over the outstretched hands of Gilbert, and it will be Thompson Tommy basketball. Thompson with Sage calls out the offense. Both teams have played exclusively one-on-one or man versus man defense here as Brenna Martin left-hand side. Coming up top is Schwabe around the horn to Hurst. Nice little flex cut. Martin off the right block, can't get it to go. And a board on the backside from Riot Wortman. Riot into the front court, right wing. Ball gets deflected up top now to Differding. Differding will set up the offense here for the Lisbon Broncos. Back between the rings to Sweet. Sweet at the 10-foot line in volleyball. Right-hand side to Wortman. Riot looking for a teammate. Schwabe gets the hands on that one. Wortman back now to Heckrell. Heckrell with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Sweet. Sweet, top of the key. Three-pointer going to go long. Rebound on the inside to Martin, her first of the contest. Outlet pass to Sage. Sage making her way. Driving kick to Schwabe. Left baseline triple coming and tickles a twine. Sydney Schwabe with her second three of the quarter. And for Thompson, they're doubling up now, the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon with Sweet in the front court, left-hand side. That'll go to Differding, back now to Heckrell. And Sweet slows it up here for Lisbon as we reach the 4-minute mark of this second quarter. Sweet between the circles to Heckrell. Heckrell here on the top of the key. Looking for a teammate, left-hand side as this will go Differding. Differding between the rings, runs into a teammate with Wortman. It's still loose. Eventually Martin gets the steal, and there's the outlet. Here goes Sydney Schwabe with an easy Tuesday night stroll for two, and Schwabe now has 8 of the 10 for the Tommies in this second quarter. Time out on the floor will break as well. 3:46 left to play in the half. Thompson leads it by 12.
College goes far beyond the buildings, classrooms, and the tests. It's about making new friends, trying something different, and discovering your purpose. It's about getting involved, supporting your community, and joining the conversation. It's about learning, growing, and finding your passion. This is not your average classroom. This is the University of Minnesota Crookston.
For Thompson, it's been a 15-0 run here for the Thompson Tommies. At one point, we're trailing 7-0 and 9-5 with 1:32 left to play in the first quarter. You add to where we're at right now, add another 5 minutes to it. And, well, for Thompson, they've, again, as we mentioned, found their footing here. Balanced scoring as it's been for the Tommies all season. 8 for Schwabe, 6 for Sage, 4 for Hurst. While for the Lisbon Broncos looking for an offensive field goal or to get to the free throw line. Neither team, as of this point, has shot a free throw yet. Lisbon with 1 3-pointer, while Thompson, they currently have 4. And that's been the difference in this one. Full court pressure defense. This into the backcourt, and that will be a foul here on Jordan. Tozer will pick up her first, team's second. Thompson with 7 turnovers in the first half, while Lisbon, they currently have 11. Broncos trying to inbound it as they do. They give it to Differding. Here comes the double. Differding ripping it through here. Finds Heckrell into the front court. Heckrell right-hand side to Sweet as they set up the offense. Sweet gives it right-hand side to Heckrell. Heckrell back to the right wing looking for a cutting teammate. Back to Differding here. Differding reversed it left-hand side. Sweet almost lost it on the sideline. Sweet at the top of the key. She'll launch a 3-pointer here for Sweet Long. Rebound, though, by Differding. Nicely threw across the paint as she gets rewarded with free throws. The 5'8" senior will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul will come across on Tozer, her second in as many moments here. Free throw opportunities here for Lisbon. Differding free throw attempt. This one will go long. Second free throw attempt on the way for the Broncos as they will play a Region 1 game here on Thursday night against the Kindred Vikings on YourLiveEvent.com. While Thompson will have a non-region contest in Castleton against Central Cass on Your Live Event on Thursday night. Second free throw attempt is no good, but we have a lane violation here. Well, the Tommies, Umdum just got her foot inside the lane before the shot went off, so a second opportunity here for Differding. See if Differding can cash in. This one will be off the iron. Ball tapped out, put back, no out of play, and it will stay Lisbon basketball. So Emerson Schultz, the Lisbon Broncos, as they did well in the first quarter, out-rebounding Thompson in the first quarter by 5. See if they can get rewarded here with another chance at this possession. Sweet on the inbounds, right-hand side of Differding. Differding inside the paint, throwing it up, and there's going to be a foul, and Differding goes back to the free throw line. Foul will come across on Sage, her first, team's fourth, and from here on out, Lisbon will be in the bonus for the rest of this first half of play. 2 free throws here for the Lisbon Broncos. Trying to get their third player in the scoring column. And more importantly, cut into this deficit. Free throw attempt is off the mark by Differding. Substitution with Taryn Gilbert will check in. As for Lisbon, checking out will be Emerson Schultz. Hurst returns to the floor here for Thompson as Sage will check out for the Tommies. Free throw opportunity for the Broncos. As Differding can't get the second ball, tapped out off of, off of the Lisbon Broncos here, and it will be Thompson basketball. The pace so far has definitely favored Lisbon. Now it's just a matter of getting some offensive shots to fall down, whether it's from the free throw line or in the paint for Thompson right now. Their largest lead of the game at 11. Can they extend it here in the second quarter? Nice give and go by Hurst off the window for 2. Hurst with 6 points for the quarter, and the Thompson Tommies lead it by 13. Sweet into the front court. And she will handle it to the baseline drive. No rebound off the hands of Heckrell and in the hands of a Thompson Tommy and Colling. Colling brings in the front court nearly and over and back here with Schwabe. Right hand side to Hurst. Hurst going to drive and kick right wing. Colling with it back up top. Thompson reverse it now to the baseline. Schwabe to Colling on the interior. Nice little triangle game. Left pocket 3. Tickles a twine. Sydney Schwabe now with 11. That's her third made 3 of the quarter as well, and Thompson now leads at 25-9. It's a 20-0 run here for the Tommies. Heckrell, left wing. Left of the key now between the circles, looking back door. Heckrell driving her way to the baseline. Can't get it to go. Rebound tapped out. Heckrell able to get the offensive board here for a moment. Then it's a turnover. Thompson will go to the free throw line for their first 2 of the game here with Cindy Schwabe. Foul will be assessed on Lisbon, their first of the quarter. And this foul will be on Kendra Differding, her first. 2 free throws here for Thompson. And Schwabe so far with 11 of the 15 points for the Tommies here in the second quarter. A substitution with Brenna Martin coming back to the floor for Thompson. Emerson Schultz will check in here for the Lisbon Broncos. Free throw opportunity number 2 here for Schwabe. Second one, going to be long. Rebound comes down to Brenna Martin. Martin kick out to Hurst. Extra finds Schwabe. She's hit from there before. This one will be off the mark and a board here to Sweet. So Brea Sweet able to get the defensive board here for the Lisbon Broncos. Now she'll handle it in the front court. Cousins of Kaya. This will be back up top to the hands of Taryn Gilbert. Gilbert left-hand side now to Kaya Sweet. Sweet with 18 seconds on the shot clock finds Emerson Schultz. Schultz takes a couple of dribbles. Schultz with a teardropper, can't get it. Rebound tapped out eventually to Hurst. Kaya Hurst in the front court to Schwabe for an easy transition bucket for 2. Cindy Schwabe does it again here in the quarter as she continues to shine now with a baker's dozen. Left wing there for Thompson. Playing that man pressure defense against the Broncos. A Sweet here for Lisbon in the front court. Sweet making her way, lost it on the way up, and eventually it will be in the hands of Schwabe. So Schwabe, left-hand side, here goes Kaya Hurst to the baseline. Shot off, no. Rebound, Martin, putback, good for 2. Brenna Martin with the offensive putback for 2. And for Lisbon right now, they will see it in the front court. Sweet will handle it here. Crossing over, right to left and left to right, gets to the paint, and she gets fouled. Will be 2 free throws regardless here as Sweet will go to the line for the first time this evening. Foul coming across on Cindy Schwabe, her second. So you got Schwabe with 2 and Tozer with 2 here for Thompson. Free throw opportunity on the way for Sweet. It's going to be long. Rebound on the second one as Edison Sage returns and Heckrell comes back into the game here for the Broncos. Free throw opportunity number 2 here for Sweet. Sweet, this one will go long as Schwabe gets her 4th rebound. Thompson can pretty much take the final shot of the half if they want. Has about a half-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Calling left-hand side now to Hurst. Hurst gets double, throws it up off the backboard, can't get it to go, and Taryn Gilbert gets the rebound, but then there's a turnover. Back up top here with 13 seconds in the half. Right-hand side is this will go to Schwab, now to Hurst. Hurst driving, kicking, left-hand side calling, shooting, left wing 3. That'll be long. Rebound, Brenna Martin, put back good for 2. Brenna Martin, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and that's how we'll end this first half of play. It's the Thompson Tommies 31, the Lisbon Broncos 9. Our halftime show brought to you in part by Olson Accounting is coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Here at the half on YourLiveEvent.com, this halftime show brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. If you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand, particularly with the upcoming tax season. You can rely on the friendly staff of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. That again is colsoncpa.com. Take a look at the first half numbers for Thompson. 10 points in the first quarter, 21 in the second. For Lisbon, 9 points in the first quarter, scoreless in the second. The Broncos have been scoreless for the last 9 minutes and 32 seconds of game action as Thompson closed out the half on a 26-0 run. Thompson, 9 rebounds, 6 players in the scoring column with 5 threes. They're 0 for 2 from the free throw line with 7 turnovers. For the Lisbon Broncos, 0 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 made 3, 12 rebounds with 2 players in the scoring column and 14 turnovers on Lisbon. Thompson led by the 13 points of Sydney Schwabe. She's hit 3 threes as well. 6 points for Edison Sage, a pair of threes in the first quarter. 6 for Kaya Hurst, 4 points, 4 rebounds for Brenna Martin, and 2 points for Jalen Ovdom here for the Thompson Tommies. Tommies again led by the 13 of Schwabe. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos here in this first half of play, Kyra Heckrell with 6 points and 5 rebounds, 3 points, 2 boards for Emerson Schultz here, and that does it for the scoring. A couple of boards for Differding, Kaya Sweet, Bria Sweet, and also Riot Wertman here for the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon again led by the 6 points of Kyra Heckrell. We'll take a quick break. When we come back on our Olson Accounting halftime show, we'll let you know some other games going on across the way here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon high school athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon high school athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise July 23rd to August 4th. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night cruise including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ for more information and to watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
I'm Freya Engen. I'm confident during the match, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Lily Bell. I'm confident on the court, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we come back here on our halftime show, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting, Thompson 31, the Lisbon Broncos 9 here on YourLiveEvent.com. After this game concludes again for Lisbon, they will host the Kindred Vikings upcoming on Thursday and Ellendale on Saturday before making their way to Central Cass on Monday. And it's just as busy for the Thompson Tommies here as they will play at Central Cass on Thursday, host the Wahpeton Huskies on Saturday, then make their way to Badger Greenbush Middle River on Monday. So that's what's coming up for both of these two squads here today as well. Taking a look at some of the other games going on across the way here on YourLiveEvent.com. Here this evening, Central Cass and Thompson in boys basketball just about to get underway for the opening tip as we last saw here. That game is about a handful of minutes away from getting going here in Central Cass between the Squirrels and the Tommies for high school boys hoops. Again, that one going on. Also going on, Wahpeton, Hillsboro, Central Valley, and boys basketball. That game about ready to get underway as well here this evening from Hillsboro. And you have Fargo Oak Grove against the Kindred Vikings in girls basketball as the girls and boys are back in action here tonight. Last report we heard, Kindred well out in front over the Kindred Vikings late in the fourth quarter as Kindred was looking to pick up the victory, and they do a final today, 60-29 Kindred here in girls basketball. So that again earlier today, Kindred 60-29 here in girls basketball as the Vikings now improved to 3-2 in Region 1 play, while for Fargo Oak Grove they will drop to 1-4 here in the region. That does it for a halftime show, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. You can go to Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. That again is colsoncpa.com. Back after this with second half action here from Lisbon.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
My coworkers here at Degelman are super supportive. We all get along. Makes for a really easy work day, easy work week.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
Our culture at Degelman is really second to none. It's truly a family atmosphere.
It feels really great to be a part of a team that is building some of the toughest equipment in the farm industry.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
Out west, a final in AA girls basketball. The Minot Majettes 119, Dickinson 40. The Majettes set a single-game points record, and they also hit 20 made three-pointers. Again, Minot high 119, Dickinson 40 in AA girls basketball. As you start this second half of play, Sage jumper. This one is going to go off, and Tozer. Kind of superwoman play there, making her way to the side. Looks to be all right, trying to dive for that basketball. A little penguin style there. Thompson 31-9 here with Tozer, Martin also on the floor, Sage, Schwabe, and Hurst, their original starting five. For the Lisbon Broncos, they will swing it left-hand side here to Schultz. Differding, Heckrell with Tua and Sweet on the floor, their original starting five. And Kyra buries a three. First three-pointer of the game here for the Lisbon Broncos. They're back within 19, but more importantly, get off that number 9 side where they were on it for nearly 10 minutes of game action. Unable to get a point inside. Brenna Martin, driving kick. Hurst right to the key. Three coming for the answer. Gaia Hurst with her first triple of the evening. She's got 9, and the Thompson Tommies lead it by 22. So for Gaia, Sweet brings it in the front court. Swings it right wing, now to Tui. Tui gives it back up top to Heckrell. Kyra looking for a teammate. Finds one to Emerson Schultz. Schultz at the left wing. Schultz making her way high, in for 2. Emerson Schultz now with 5, and the offense starting to come alive here for Lisbon early in the third quarter. Schwabe in the front court, leaves it left-hand side to Tozer. Tozer looking for a teammate, finds Martin on the interior. Martin spins through the double for 2. Brenna Martin now with 6 points and 4 rebounds, and both teams shooting the ball well here in the opening 90 seconds of the second half. Sweet able to reverse, making her way to the paint, gets fouled in the act of shooting. Guy gets rewarded with 2 free throws here. Foul will come across on Thompson, as this will be with Edison Sage. Her second. That'll be the team's first of the quarter, so Schwabe, Tozer, and Sage all with 2 here for Thompson. Sweet free throw attempt is good. Substitution with Taryn Gilbert, and she will check in for Emerson Schultz. Second free throw attempt on the way here for the 5'5 senior. As Sweet goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and the Broncos with 7 points here in this third quarter of play. Schwabe into the front court, pops it pass, high post to Martin. Martin swings it now to Hurst. Hurst skips it near sideline to Tozer on this man defense. Schwabe here at the top of the key, reverse it to Hurst. She'll shoot the right wing 3, Splash City. Hurst with the triple, the 7th made three-pointer for Thompson in this game as they lead it by 23. Sweet left-hand side as this will go in the hands of Differding. Differding with it between the circles, now to Heckrell. She's looking to answer with a 3. That'll go long board here to Brenna Martin, her 5th of the contest. Now to Schwabe. Schwabe going to drive left-hand side. Sage, she'll shoot a 3 on the way. Why not? Sage with a triple, her 3rd 3 of the contest, and that's the 3rd 3 of the quarter here for Thompson. 26-point edge for the Tommies on our Bank North scoreboard. Sweet right-hand side to Heckrell. Heckrell at the right wing looking for a teammate. Finds one up top as this one gets reversed now to Sweet. This from well beyond the three-point line. Long rebound here to Heckrell. Her 6th, and Kyra will reset the offense for the Broncos. 5-out offense here for Lisbon. Tozer on the guard looking to cut is Tui. Now back up top to Differding, around the horn to Sweet. Sweet finds a cutting Heckrell on the inside. 12-foot jumper off the lip of the rim. Rebound gets out in the hands of the Thompson Tommies here with Hurst in the front court, finds Sage. Sage looking for a dribble pull back to Schwabe. Schwabe back to Sage at the wing. Around the horn to Hurst. Up top Tozer. Reverse it left-hand side to Schwabe. Schwabe bounce pass on the inside. Martin kick out Tozer. Tozer on the baseline. Goes block to Martin. This one going to be off. Rebound, and eventually we'll have a jump ball. But that was probably the best offensive set of the night for head coach Jason Brend and the Thompson Tommies. Ball wasn't sticking as Claire Calling will check in, and Ogden will come back into the game as well. For the Lisbon Broncos, Gilbert is newly inserted, also at Emerson Schultz, Heckrell, Sweet, and Differding. Thompson will continue that one-on-one man pressure defense here now to Heckrell at the right wing. Heckrell looking for a teammate, leaves it back up top in the hands of Emerson Schultz. Schultz taking a couple hard dribbles down the paint, muscling her way, but off the mark. Rebound Gilbert, and Taryn will go to the free throw line. Foul will come across here on Jalen. Ovdom will pick up the foul, her first, team second. 2 free throw attempts on the way for Gilbert. Gilbert free throw attempt is off the mark. Lisbon now 2 of 9 from the free throw line. Second free throw attempt on the way for the Broncos. As the second one is up and good. So Taryn Gilbert goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Broncos down by 25 here as we reach the midway point of this third quarter. Hurst at the right wing, drive and kick. There's the kick. Calling with the left pocket 3. Off the iron rebound. Tozer lost it on the way up. And it will be Lisbon Bronco basketball. For Sweet here, she will walk into the front court. Least amount of points this season for the Broncos, 26 at Valley City back on January the 4th. As this will be now between the circles. Dribble handoff. That'll go to Emerson Schultz. Schultz able to spin, making her way to the paint. Defense there on the way for Ovdom to bat that ball and eventually get the steal, but the Lisbon Broncos will get it right back. For Thompson, most points they've scored this season, 73 against the Grafton Spoilers, the least 53 against Botno back in their season opener from the Monmouth Auditorium. This will go right-hand side to Heckrell. Heckrell at the right wing looking for a cutting teammate, finds one on the inside and will have a foul. Hurst will get called for the foul as Differding goes to the free throw line on the nice little back cut there. Hurst will pick up her second, team's third of the quarter, and for Thompson, that's their 4th player with 2, but no one has more than 2. Free throw attempt for Lisbon. He is going to be off the iron with Differding. Substitution into the game is Riot Wortman will come in. Also, Bria Sweet, the 5'4 junior guard. Free throw attempt number 2 here for the Broncos so far in this third quarter. Lisbon has 8 points. Well, for Thompson, they have 11. Second free throw attempt is off the iron. Rebound tapped out, and this will go towards Thompson Tommy's last touch by Wortman. Full court pressure defense from Lisbon. Both teams have kind of went back and forth, majority of a half court, but we've seen this full court pressure defense looking to trap at times for both squads. In the front court, Ovdom with the basketball now to Hurst. Hurst up and over on the cutting pass there for Sage, and a turnover here on the Thompson Tommies. For the Broncos with Kaya Sweet, and both teams starting to cool off a little bit here in this third quarter after a really good start offensively. Sweet will shoot the top of the key three-pointer off the iron. Rebound in the hands of Addison Sage. Sage going coast to coast but unable to finish. Rebound, however, by Calling, who's tied up with, and it will be Thompson basketball. Tommies with Brenna Martin will return in Cindy Schwabe here for Thompson. This will be on the baseline here for Hurst. Hurst to Schwabe. Here comes the cut as Schwabe gets it right back at the left wing. Up top around the horn now to Martin. Martin here at the high post to Ovdom. Back to the top of the key to Hurst. Kaya making her way. Right-handed scoop and score. Kaya Hurst, 8 points in the quarter, 14 on the night, and the Thompson Tommies have their largest lead at 27. As this will go to left-hand side. Back to the top. With it to left wing. Here goes Wortman. Riot between the circles now for the Lisbon Broncos. As Riot will go the right-hand side to Sweet. Looking for a cutting Heckrell. This one goes through her hands and a turnover on Lisbon. Other side of the floor, Thompson's going to go. Schwabe off the mark. Can't find it. Now to Hurst. Hurst will shoot the top of the key three-pointer as this is going to go long. So ball out of play, 44-17. Thompson with the advantage as we hit the 2-minute mark here of this third quarter as Sweet will bring it again into the front court. Sweet right-handed hip-high dribble. A little cut there by Heckrell to get open at the wing. Looking for a cutting Differding, skips it to Wortman. Riot Takes the dribble. Almost the double coming here for Schwabe as the ball gets batted out of bounds. And Lisbon will inbound it on the sideline here as the Thompson Tommies bring Sage back into the game. Ball on the baseline. Riot trying to go the right shore corner, gets walled off there. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Martin gets a steal. Brenna Martin leaves it off to Sage, who goes behind the back right to a teammate here to Schwabe. Sydney leaves it left-hand side to Calling. Calling on the interior to Martin. Brenna left-hand side. Here's a deep three by Sage. Rattle it in. Sage with her 4th triple of the contest. And for Thompson, they've hit 9 beyond the arc here tonight. Sweet lost it as it gets pinballed around. Sweet to Riot. Right pocket, 3-pointers long. Rebound will get tapped out of play and towards Thompson. As Emerson Schultz will come back into the game here for the Lisbon Broncos. Thompson will handle it now with Sydney Schwabe. Crossing the timeline here as Schwabe gives it to the right-hand side as this will work around the horn to the baseline. Back now to the right of the key to Sage. Sage to Claire on the interior. Martin gets doubled. Looks for a teammate, nearly stolen away. Schwabe to the baseline and a tip by Heckrell, and it'll stay Thompson basketball. Tozer back into the game, also coming in now for the Lisbon Broncos. Will be back into the game, as this will be with Jada Kunze here. So Kunze's on the floor. Bria Sweet out there alongside with Wertman. Right-hand side jumper on the way for Martin, good for 2. Brenna Martin now with 8 points and 4 rebounds here for Thompson as they lead at 49-17. Other side of the floor. Riot gets walled off, leaves it right-hand side to Kunze. Kunze will handle it back between the circles here to Emerson Schultz. Schultz to Kunze, top of the key. She'll launch 3-pointer. That'll go out of play and towards Thompson. A contest that's just over. Now 50 minutes old here today from Lisbon. With it in the front court will be Sage. Addison sets it up right-hand side to Tozer. Tozer at the right wing. Able to spin. Tozer inside the paint. Skip to the baseline. Calling. Left-hand side Schwabe. Back to Tozer here. Tozer with 2 seconds with 1. Lost it with 0.7 left here in the quarter. And Thompson pretty much in a catch-and-shoot situation now. With 0.7 left here in this third. Schwabe, there's the catch, there's the shot, and can't beat the horn. That's how we'll end our third quarter of play. Thompson 49, Lisbon 17 here on our Bank North scoreboard.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance, Lance Gullison Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let the staff at Lance Gullison Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon or email lance.gullison@fumic.com.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. That and more is still to come here on YourLiveEvent.com as we take a look in live here between the Thompson Tommies going up against the Central Cass Squirrels as well here for boys basketball. That game going on in Castleton, and that game currently 2-0 in favor of the Thompson Tommies. Left-hand side, Lisbon with the basketball, looking for a teammate as they handle it now with Taryn Gilbert, right wing here for Lisbon, Emerson Schultz. Schultz looking to bang her way on the interior as this one's going hard down the paint. Schultz off the front iron, no rebound here for Lisbon, and there's a foul. Taryn Gilbert will go to the free throw line, her second rebound of the game, and she'll have her third and fourth free throw opportunities. Foul will be on Hurst, her first, and the team's first of the quarter. Free throw attempts on the way here for Lisbon is good on the first with Taryn Gilbert. Second free throw attempt upcoming here for the Broncos. As Taryn is able to go 2 for 2 from the free throw line. As Lisbon now has 10 points in this second half. For Thompson, they'll bring in the front court with Edison Sage. Sage left-hand side, Tozer. Tozer at the left wing. Martin posting up on the interior. Ball tapped out. To Schwabe, back to Tozer here. On the baseline, Hurst is going to drive. Nice pass across the way to Martin for 2. Brenna Martin now in double digits, 10 points and 5 rebounds for the 6-foot senior forward. Left-hand side, Lisbon working its way right wing. Here's Emerson Schultz. Three-pointer, banks it in. Emerson Schultz, her second three-pointer. She's got 8, and Lisbon back within 29. Schwabe in the front court finds Martin. Brenna, right-hand side with the basketball. Sage back to Tozer, lining up a 3. This one will go short out of play and towards the Lisbon Broncos. The Thompson Tommies. Games with Central Cass and Wapaton, a couple of non-region games next. For Lisbon, a Region 1 opponent on Thursday here in Lisbon against Kindred, then hosting a non-region game against Ellendale on Saturday. Also in Lisbon, as we're tied up here, the arrow will favor the Thompson Tommies. And Thompson will go a little bit to the bench here with Andy Schwab calling, and Umdum will come into the game here for Thompson. For the Tommies, they will see this one in the front court here with Addison, the 5'5 sophomore. Left-hand side to Calling to the baseline. Calling able to spin, takes a couple dribbles, lost it. Eventually, it will be Bronco basketball. Lisbon here with Kendra Differding in the front court. Differding with a three-pointer right wing. That'll go long. Rebound on the hands of Thompson with Calling. She'll pick up her third. Calling now in the front court. Driving kick to Schwab. Finds a trailing Tozer, and Tozer will travel with the basketball. Just that little cradle rock there will get called for the travel, as Riot will quickly come back into the floor now for the Lisbon Broncos. 10 points in the first quarter for Thompson, 9 for Lisbon. 21-0 quarter here in the second, and in the third, an 18-8 quarter in favor of Thompson as well. Lisbon started the game on a 7-0 run. Then once they hit that 9-point, just going to get some offensive going. As Sweet's three-pointer is going to be off the front of the iron. Calling gets her fourth board, and for Thompson, right now they will see it with Edison Sage in the front court. Left-hand side to Calling. Calling looking for it on the interior. Finds Schwab. Jumper, no. Long rebound here to Taryn Gilbert. Gilbert with 4 boards here in this game. Broncos in the front court. Riot's open. She'll shoot it. Three-pointer coming, able to bury it. The 5'5 sophomore guard with points off the bench here for head coach Barb Sweet. And the Broncos are back within 26. Thompson in the front court here with Edison Sage. Sage driving kick left-hand side. Calling left baseline triple. It's the front and the back of the side. Rebound underneath, and eventually will be a tie-up, and the arrow makes its way towards the Lisbon Broncos. Coming in will be Marcella Stevens, the 5'4 sophomore. Also coming in will be Cameron Hoff here, the 5'8 freshman for the Lisbon Broncos. As Lisbon, we'll see this one with Sweet into the front court. Gaia Sweet, right-handed dribble, lost it, and will have a foul here. This will be on Claire Calling. Her first, team second of the quarter here for the Tommies. Gaia Sweet to inbound the basketball. Waiting for a teammate, finds Heckrell. Heckrell at the left elbow. Ball screen now to Sweet. Three-pointer for Kaya off the front iron, and Tozer corrals the miss. And Tozer brings in the front court for Thompson. Left-hand side open is Stevens. She'll shoot it, and she'll bury it. The sophomore guard with the triple, and that's the 10th made 3 of the game here for Thompson. Broncos, we'll see this one with Kaya Sweet. Right-hand side now to Heckrell. Heckrell taking the ball screen, eventually by Sweet, who hits the deck after she and Tozer run into each other. Heckrell jumper, that'll go long out of play and towards Thompson. As we'll get a timeout on the floor with 3:04 left to play in the fourth quarter. 54-25, Thompson with the advantage.
Improving finances and a desire to save more are consistently near the top of the list when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Well, maybe this is your sign to go from thinking about saving money to actually saving money and improving your finances with a CD special at First State Bank. A 9-month CD with a 5.07 interest rate, minimum $10,000. Visit their locations in Buxton, Grand Forks, Mayville, Portland, and Thompson to learn more. First State Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
The Goose River Golf Club in Hillsborough wants to thank all of its members and everyone who played the course during this golf season. We appreciate all the local and area golfers who played our 9-hole course and look forward to seeing you again in the spring. Goose River Golf Club is just a short drive from Fargo and Grand Forks. Call 218-779-2658 for more information or visit our website, gooserivergolfclub.com.
Maple River leads Enderlin in boys basketball midway through the third quarter, 32-15 in a District 1 contest. That game going on yourliveevent.com with Alex Hoffman in Tower City. For the Lisbon Broncos here with Sweet, she'll bring into the front court. Bounce pass and be intercepted eventually there by Stevens. Left-hand side with the rock. Here goes Maya Warkin. Right-hand side to Stevens. She'll shoot a three-pointer off the back of the rim. Board to Andy Schwab here, the 5'6" freshman, and will eventually get a traveling violation on Thompson. Tommies with Goulet will check in. Nora, the 5'5" sophomore. Goulet will come in. Also coming in here for Lisbon will be Brindley Differding, the 5'4" freshman. And she will check in the game. Taryn Gilbert also running the point right now is Sweet. Bria leaves it right-hand side to the baseline as this one will go out of play here for the Broncos. And Jada Kunze will come in as well here for Lisbon. 54-25, under 2 minutes to play here in regulation on yourliveevent.com. Schwab left-hand side with it as this one will go with Stevens. Back around the horn to the right wing to the baseline out of Schwab. Schwab with it. Bounce pass to left short corner. Nice little give and go to Andy, and then Andy walked with the basketball. As coming in will be Riot back into the game here for Lisbon. With this result for the Thompson Tommies, they will improve to 10-0 on this season. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they will drop to 3-8 with this result. Lisbon left-hand side to Wortman. Riot back up top as they work it to Kunze at the right wing. Kunze with the basketball now between the circles to Riot. Wortman looking for a cutting Bronco. Riot making her way. Driving kick right-hand side to Hoff. Hoff at the right wing. Uses up that dribble to Riot. Back on the interior. Hoff spinning, shooting, and scoring. Cameron, the 5'8" freshman, gets in the scoring column here for the Lisbon Broncos. Thompson in the front court with Maya Warkin. Right-hand side with Marcella Stevens on the interior. Nice bounce pass, and the seal is good for 2. Ovdom with her 4th point of the contest. Now for Lisbon in the front court. Bria Sweet crossing over here. Left-hand side. Trying to get the poke-away steal with Stevens. As this will go back to the top. And now Bria will handle it here. Sweet right-hand side. Shot fake coming for Differding. Differding to the baseline. Jumper off the front iron. Rebound here on the way to Jalen. And all that Thompson needs to do is slow this one up. Bring in the front court, and the Tommies will pick up the victory here today in Lisbon. As Thompson continues to run their motion offense. Ball gets skipped to the up top here to Jalen. Back to the left-hand side. As for Thompson, they will swing it right wing now to Schwab. And for Thompson, they will improve and keep their record perfect through 10 games to 10-0 here on this season. 56-27 your final today here in Lisbon. From the Armory, the Broncos dropped to 3-8. Thompson improves to 10-0. The Tommies had 4 players in double digits, led by the 14 of Hurst, 13 of Schwabe, the 12 of Edison Sage, and the 10 points of Brenna Martin. For the Lisbon Broncos, leading the way was Kyra Heckrow with 9 points and 6 rebounds, and the 8 points with Emerson Schultz and 2 made threes. Our post-game show is coming up next here from Lisbon.
Not everyone can get Secret Service level protection, but with Irie Insurance you can. You see, we've got your back, protecting homes, vehicles, businesses, crops, and so much more. Ensuring you've got the protection you need and all your questions answered faster than you can say classified information. Get protected. Get Irie Insurance. Go to IRIinsurance.com for a free quote and consultation.
At Ironhide, we like to have our sales guys cater to the owners of the businesses or the customers that they're trying to help out to actually find a solution to their problem. We understand that customers have a job to do, and we strive to keep that job going without interruption.
We've invested so heavily in this facility, but bigger than that, in the people.
I think it's fair to say you pay more now than ever before to operate your vehicles. We've got some relief. I'm Chris Moan with Nodak Insurance. Our auto customers are driving safer with fewer accidents, and for many that translates into lower premiums. If you're not seeing lower rates with your insurance company, call me to compare. You might save some money, and you will get better service. Call me today at 757-1613, or stop by one of my locations at 1913 South Washington in Grand Forks or 207 Main Street in Dakota.
As we come back here, let's get to our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest in this one, and that is the 26-0 run for the Thompson Tommies at one point during this game. Lisbon opened up the contest on a 7-0 run in the opening 3 minutes. Thompson got it to 9-5, and then they went on a 26-0 run to close out the last 9 minutes and 32 seconds of the first half, and a shutout quarter, 21-0 over Lisbon as well. That play is our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton for precision planting updates, information, questions, and more. Contact Arctic Enterprises in Hillsborough and Drayton or go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. Now to our Enbridge Energy player of the game, and when Thompson kind of needed a shot in the arm, they got it from Cindy Schwabe in the second quarter. She scored all of her points in the second quarter with 13 points, able to get 3 made threes, finished with 4 rebounds here in this one, and it was 10-9 early, and then Schwabe kind of got going a little bit there in the second quarter. He added a handful of threes from an Edison Sage. Kaya Hurst was able to finish with 14, but when they needed it most, Cindy Schwabe, as we talked with Jason Brand on our pregame show, saying she's one of the more consistent players in the game. Cindy Schwabe is our Enbridge Energy player of the game, again, with 13 points. Here's a look at some of the final team numbers in this one. Thompson, 6 players in the scoring column, 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 10 threes with 23 rebounds and 16 turnovers. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they would have 17 rebounds, 6 players in the scoring column, 4 threes, 5 of 12 from the line, and 20 turnovers here for Lisbon. Thompson, led by the 14 points of Kaya Hurst with 2 made threes, 13 points again for Cindy Schwabe, 12 points for Edison Sage with 4 triples. Brenna Martin with 10 points and 5 rebounds here today, 4 points on the way for Jalen Umdum, and 3 points for Marcella Stevens here for the Thompson Tommies. Again, Thompson, 4 players in double digits, led by the 14 of Kaya Hurst. For the Lisbon Broncos, they had 9 points here for Heckrell. Heckrell was able to finish with 9 points and 6 rebounds. 8 points then from Emerson Schultz. 3 points for Wortman. 3 points, 4 boards for Gilbert. 2 points for Kaya Sweet, and 2 points here for Cameron Hoff. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue on our postgame show after this from Lisbon.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Join us now, head coach for the Thompson Tommies. That is Jason Brent here as they pick up the victory and get to 10-0 on the season. Jason, I know it maybe wasn't the start you guys wanted. Lisbon comes out, 7 straight points, 4 of them by Heckrell. They get out to a 7-0 run in the opening 3 minutes of play. You got the field goal, got it to 9-5. Then kind of from that point, Jason, 26-0 run to end the first half. You pitch a shutout in that second quarter against the Lisbon Broncos. And kind of Johnny on the spot, the person who kind of started that in the second quarter was who we talked about in the pregame show. That again, Cindy Schwabe, all of her points, 13 of them in that second quarter. Kind of when you needed a little bit of spark offensively, she was able to provide that for you here, Jason.
Yeah, that 7-0 start, I was a little nervous coming into this game. It had a little bit of a trap feel to it, and it's you get a little bust legs going on, and we've been sitting here for 3 games, but that's really no excuse. Fact of the matter is we came out and we didn't play our game. We, if you remember, our first 2 possessions, we had 1 pass and a 3-point shot. I don't mind 3-pointers if there's some reversals and kickouts, but you can find a 3-point shot anytime in a 35-second shot clock. So maybe it was a blessing. Gave us a chance to call timeout and talk about what we do and what we're supposed to do. And, after that, I thought we did a much better job of getting some ball movement and using both sides of the floor. And when we do that, when our point guard ends up in the far corner and knocking down at least 3 threes, is that what Schwabe had over in that corner 1 point?
Yep.
That means we're moving the ball. That means she's in a position where she's not naturally at, and she's cut to get to that point, and the ball's been moved around a little bit. So, it's a blessing. It really is. It's hard to say that sometimes, but, if you don't get knocked around every now and then, or like they used to say, punched in the teeth, right? Sometimes you don't recognize things, and that gave us an opportunity to point out what we need to do.
And you make 10 threes in the game, 4 players, again, in double digits, which has been very common for you guys just being balanced. I know maybe early on it was the Lisbon's pace. It wasn't much of an up-and-down game, but sometimes you learn things in different situations. What was the one thing you learned about your team, even though it wasn't a great start, Jason, to come back and really close out the first half on a high note?
Well, defense. Pitch that shutout in the second quarter. Obviously, your goal is not to pitch a shutout, but I think that's where we found our energy. If you, if you're in the crowd, you would have definitely heard us. When we're talking and we're fired up, we're calling out help side, we're in the gaps, hoop defense, whatever it may be. When we're loud, that's when we play our best basketball. And that gets us started into our transition. And our transition isn't necessarily getting layups. It's just moving the ball down the floor and then trying going left and right a little bit to get the defense shuffling across the lane to wear them down.
Final thing for you, it's a busy week. Both teams, you got games Thursday, you got games Saturday, you got games Monday. None of them are region games for you here, Jason. But, again, quality competition with Central Cass and Wapaton before you play Badger, Greenbush, Middle River. What do you kind of hope to see from your team with not a lot of practice time, but a lot of game time coming up here over the next 5 days?
Yeah, it's a big week. Playing some Region 1 foes. Obviously, we haven't seen Castleton since last year, and we're kind of excited to see that one. I know it's a little bit different team, but nonetheless, the kids remember, and it's certainly one that we highlighted because of that. And we just got to keep playing our game. We understand what we do our best, or what the things that we do best are. Sometimes we kind of fall into some bad habits, so we just got to keep working on getting rid of those and continuing to play Tommy basketball.
Jason, thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you on Thursday out in Castleton.
Great. See you then, Chase.
That, again, Jason Bren, head coach for the Thompson Tommies, with us here as they, again, improve to 10-0 on this season. They, again, will play against those Central Cass Squirrels on Thursday. We'll have the game for you here on YourLiveEvent.com. The boys currently in action in Castleton right now. While for the Lisbon Broncos, they will host the Kindred Vikings. That'll be on Thursday here on Your Live Event, and the Ellendale Cardinals. That'll be on Saturday. Lisbon drops to 3-8 on the season. Thompson improves to 10-0. On behalf of Barb Sweet and Jason Brent for joining us on the pregame show, I'm Chase Miller repeating tonight's final from Lisbon. Thompson picks up the victory 56-27. Thanks so much for joining us, and go to YourLiveEvent.com for more games currently in action here across the Red River Valley.